join together in consciousness as we begin this evening's celebration. There is a power for good in the universe that is infinite, intelligent, creative, everywhere present, all powerful, and right here where I am. As I relax into that idea and that truth, what I know is that my life is essential, that it is essential to the unfolding of consciousness at this time. It is essential to the unfolding of the universe at this time. This power is beyond description and is available in and through each and every one of us. And so I know today that I am the I am presence, and therefore all that is happening in divine right order. So I relax, I breathe, and I center my awareness in the now moment. And I know that all is well, and that tonight is truly a gift and a blessing. For this and so much more, I say thank you, and I release it into the law. It is done. All is well. And together we say, and so it is. Well, welcome everyone. I wanted to begin with our land acknowledgement. Pardon me. Oh my goodness, my throat is doing a little something. I'm not sure what, but something that I'd rather it not do. All right, what did I do with my land acknowledgement? Well, let me just say that we're honored to be living, working, and playing on lands that have been stewarded for millennia, for all these years by the Indigenous people of Canada, and that everyone has played a role in creating our land healthy and strong. It is up to us now to begin to move forward with a sense of deliberate action that we too might take care of this land and her people with the same love and respect that has been handed down in the past. Miigwech. All right, so the talk tonight is the universe responds to your pattern of thinking. So just like a life mirrors consciousness, not sometimes, but always, this talk highlights the lawfulness of the universe and how thought patterns become life patterns. So you know about boomerangs. If I throw a boomerang out, it's coming back. Not to anybody else, but it's coming back to me. Yes, I throw it out, it comes back. And thoughts are like that, right? I think a thought, it goes out, it comes back as experience. Yes. So have you ever noticed that life sometimes feels like it's answering you? Have you ever had that feeling where you're thinking about something and then all of a sudden something lines up with it? So it's not just randomly happening, but it's responding, reflecting, echoing something deeper. So in New Thought, we teach a very simple but powerful idea. Life mirrors consciousness. Not sometimes, always. Okay, the universe is lawful. It doesn't judge, it doesn't argue, and it doesn't decide whether we deserve something or not. It simply responds to the pattern of thought we consistently hold. So just like gravity always pulls downward, the creative law of the universe always acts on thoughts. And so tonight we are exploring a powerful realization. Your life patterns are often the echo of your thinking patterns. So what have you been thinking about lately? Right? So what have you been thinking about lately? I mean, think about it. Like sometimes we're in the middle of something and we get interrupted and we start getting frustrated and then we're kind of anxious about something, or we're fearful of something else that's going to happen, and we got all this energy going on. That energy is creative and it's powerful, and it's moving into form. So the universe operates through law, And spiritual law works much like natural law. If I drop a pen, gravity doesn't pause and say, oh, do I feel like working today? It simply responds, right? I drop the pen, it drops. The creative law of the universe works in the same way. It takes the dominant pattern of thought and says, this must be what you want more of. Yes, I did say that. So imagine for a moment that you're in a job you don't like and you feel miserable, and everybody is unhappy at the company and you're unhappy at the company, but you stick it out, you stay anyway. The universe is like, wow, you must love this. You must love this. Let's just keep you in this alignment. Let's keep you right here. But meanwhile, you might be going, I need something different. I wish something different would come along. But because your predominant thought has been, this is my source, this is where I have to be because I can't find something else. Whatever story you're telling, that's what's going to happen. So the universe believes what you think. So are you fearful? Are you anxious? Are you easily upset about things? Just know that all of that is creating a dominant pattern of thought that is, in fact, going to create the experiences that you hold. See, it organizes everything around that pattern. So it, not because it prefers struggle or joy or abundance or limitation, but because law responds to patterns. It's that simple. The law responds to the pattern. So, I mean, it's fascinating to think about. I mean, the boomerang, for example. You throw a boomerang, and when you throw it, it travels way out into the air. And for a moment, it may disappear, but then it circles back. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? I don't know how they make a boomerang so that it always does that, but it always does that. So thought works the same way. Every thought we send into the creative field travels outward and eventually returns to us as experience. So a thought of fear returns as conditions that confirm fear. A thought of possibility returns as opportunity. A thought of love returns as connection. The universe simply says, you threw this, so here it comes back. And sometimes when it's coming back multiplied. And what I mean by that is that you might have, let's say you were at the grocery store and the clerk gives you your change and she gives you an extra $10. And you're going, ooh, my lucky day, and you pocket it. And 2 weeks later, you're going through your clothes and you're looking for that $20 bill that you stuck in your jeans, and it's gone. Somewhere along the way, you reached in and grabbed something else, and that 20 went flying away. The law of cause and effect. What we put out always comes back to us. So whatever we're thinking about, whatever our predominant energy is, that's what we're going to get in return. So, so every thought we release returns as experience. Now, some people hear this teaching and they say, wait a minute, are you saying everything in my life is my fault? I'm sure some of you have heard that. And the answer is no. No, that's not true. What I'm saying is our thinking influences far more than we realize. And here's the funny part. Sometimes we say we want one thing, but we rehearse the opposite all day. It's like placing an order at a restaurant. You say, I'll have the abundance special. And then you spend the whole evening telling the waiter, I hope it's not too expensive. I probably can't afford it. Things never work out for me anyway. Eventually, the kitchen says, we're not quite sure what they want, so we'll just send more confusion. Does that make sense? Is that making sense to you? We will, we'll sit back and we'll go out and buy a lottery ticket. My dad did this. It was hilarious. He bought lottery tickets all his life and probably never won more than a couple of bucks here and there. But here's the funny thing. He says, I want to win the lottery. I want you to treat for me to win the lottery. So I said, yeah, okay, fine. So I do this treatment for him. As soon as I finish it, he looks me in the eye and he goes, I don't want that. But what do you mean you don't want that? You asked me to treat about it. And he goes, yeah, but if I had all that money, then people would be coming to ask me for it. And I don't want that. And I said, oh, well, you already canceled it. So it's all good. Not to worry. But I just laughed because he bought lottery tickets all the years of my life that, I from the time I was little, he was out buying I think it was the Irish sweepstakes or something like there was always something he was buying. And he wasn't a man to waste his money. So it was really funny that he would buy these tickets without wanting to actually win. So we want to pay attention to what we're doing and saying, and does it match what we truly want? Sometimes we'll sit back and we'll say, well, I want, I want a better job, or I want more money in my life. Okay, I want more money. So if I want more money, then what I should be doing is looking for opportunities or things that will allow that, and listening to that inner voice within me that will move me in a particular way. If I focus on that, I end up moving forward in ways that are really quite remarkable, in that if I'm staying in alignment with what I say I really want, then that is going to come to pass. But if I'm saying I want more money, and then the phone bill comes in and I throw it in a drawer and quickly close the door because I don't even want to look at it, because I know I don't have any money to pay it. Or my friend calls me up and says, hey, can we go get a coffee? And no, too broke. I can't go. What we're doing is we're saying one thing, I want more money. And then in the same breath, we're thinking, I don't have it. I don't have enough. I probably won't get enough. And life keeps showing up like this for me. And so we want to really take a look at how incongruent our thinking is with what we say we really want. And it's time for us to change that. So I invite you to, really think about the things that you're doing and saying, and then ask yourself if that's actually what you really want. And I started teaching a class last night called Prosperity Within. And in that class, we talked about, what is prosperity? And prosperity isn't money. Prosperity truly, I think, is well-being. If I'm prosperous, that means everything in my life is working well. So, I've got a good home life. I've got a good work life. I feel balanced in the things around me. I'm satisfied in my relationships, that sort of thing. And it doesn't mean that things are perfect, because things are never perfect, right? But it does say that I am living a prosperous existence because I feel good about the life I'm living. And because I feel good about the life I'm living, I always have what I need. Food on the table, roof over the head, um, you know, food in the belly, whatever I need, it's there. So when we can get into that place where we can get comfortable with that, we start to realize that everything works out in the end. So we want to pay attention. Where are my thoughts going? And are they matching what I say that I want? So one thought does not create your life. If it did, we'd all be in trouble, I'll tell you. But most of us have at least 5 strange thoughts before breakfast, which creates experience. It's a pattern, right? So a repeated belief, a mental habit, a consistent expectation. You see, the universe responds to dominant patterns. So if I sit back and go, I'm always broke, well, then that's going to be my reality. If I turn around and go, oh, life sucks, everything is against me, I get to be right. That's going to continue. So we want to really pay attention to what we're thinking. And I'm going to share a story with you that I know I've shared a long time ago. Some of you may have heard it and some of you maybe not. My husband doesn't like this story, but we were having a really busy day, and Pierre called me. I was on my way home from an appointment, and he called me up and said, look, it's already 7 o'clock. We haven't had time to cook. Just stop at McDonald's and pick something up for dinner. So I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that. And while I'm driving over to McDonald's, I'm thinking, oh man, this is the last place on earth I should be eating. I'd like to lose some weight, and here I am going to McDonald's. Bad idea. That's what my thought was. So I'm going through the lineup, and I end up in an altercation with another driver. And she gets out of her car and says to me, something to the, I can't remember it exactly now, but something to the effect of, you're so fat, this is the last place on earth you should be eating. And I didn't have a quick enough response, because I would have loved to have said, honey, just keep coming here and you can look like this too. Thought that would be the perfect rebuttal, but I didn't. But afterwards, I thought, oh my gosh, like I wasn't even really upset with her. I was surprised that somebody could be that rude, but I wasn't upset because I knew she just repeated what I had been thinking only a couple of minutes earlier. We are, we are these incredible, powerful, remarkable beings, and we are creating a life. So it's not the one thought that's going to do it. It's the pattern. And I'd had this pattern of thinking, oh, I'm too fat. I'm this, I'm that. So we want to change that thinking, that predominant thinking, so that we can create something that's more in harmony with who we really are. So a friend once explained it this way. Like, think about a thermostat. If the thermostat is set to 18 degrees, the heating system keeps adjusting the room until it returns to 18. If someone opens a window, the system simply works harder to bring it back to that setting. Well, your thinking is working the same way. If your mental thermostat is set, I never have enough, life keeps adjusting to bring things back to that setting. But if you change the thermostat to life supports me, something new begins to stabilize. Life adjusts to the belief you consistently hold. So the good news is the universe is infinitely responsive. That means when thinking changes, life recognizes that change, and new ideas appear, new opportunities emerge, new people enter, because the law now has a new pattern to follow. And it does it right away, right away. So I want you to ask yourself a simple question. What pattern of thinking might life be responding to in me right now? Ask yourself that question. What pattern of thinking might life be responding to in me right now? Now, not as a judgment, but as a curiosity. What pattern of thinking might life be responding to in me right now? Now, curiosity is great because awareness is the beginning of transformation. And my class last night, I asked them for this week to keep a journal, and in the journal, just write their observations. Observe when you're thinking negatively, when one of those patterns comes up and you become aware of it, marking that down. So I like this. Someone once said, I tried positive thinking for 30 seconds. Nothing happened. Well, yeah, because the other 23 hours and 59 minutes, we went back to worrying. Spiritual law responds to consistency. Yes, consistency. Consistency. It's a big one. The universe is always listening, not just to what we say, but to what we habitually believe. And the moment we begin choosing new patterns, new life patterns begin forming. So perhaps the invitation tonight is simple. Choose thoughts that support the life you want to experience, because the boomerang is already on its way back. So choose your thoughts wisely. Life is listening. All right, so I have one little short story here before we move on. So, a farmer plants corn, and one morning he walks outside and says, I hope these don't grow. Would that stop the corn? No, because the law responds to the seed, not to the farmer's mood. Thought is the seed, experience is the harvest. So, what seeds are you planting? And what do you hope to harvest? So, I want to invite you to repeat something after me, and I'll say it in little bits so that you can. I'll repeat the whole thing once and then I'll take you through it. I choose thoughts that support my highest good. Life responds to my clarity, my faith, and my expectation of good. All right, together. I choose thoughts that support my highest good. Life responds to my clarity, my faith, and my expectation of good. Mm, awesome, right? That's a little something that you could just think over and over again, and that's going to take you to a new place. All right, let's just take a couple of minutes in meditation to really anchor the ideas that we've shared. So I invite you to just close your eyes if you're comfortable and sit in a comfortable position and just allow your body to relax into the chair beneath you. Take a slow breath in, gently release it. And again, breathing in calm, breathing out tension. Right now, there's nothing for you to do, nothing you need to solve, nowhere you need to go. Just rest in the quiet. Now imagine that above you there is a vast field of intelligence, a loving presence, the creative life of the universe itself. This presence is not distant, it's right where you are. It is the life breathing you, the awareness listening through you, and this presence responds not to effort, not to struggle, but to the quiet pattern of thought within us. So now gently become aware of your thinking, not judging it, not fixing it, just noticing. And now imagine that in your hands you're holding a seed. The seed represents a thought. Every thought carries creative potential. Some thoughts carry worry, some create limitation, but some thoughts open the door to possibility. So now imagine planting a new seed in the soil of your awareness. And the seed is life supports me. Life supports me. Good is unfolding in ways I cannot yet see. Good is unfolding in ways I cannot yet see. I trust the intelligence of life within me. I trust the intelligence of life within me. Take one of those thoughts and just let it settle gently into your mind. Imagine it taking root, growing stronger. Feel the calm confidence of this new pattern forming. The universe responds to the pattern we nurture. So allow this new thought to become familiar, comfortable, natural. And as it grows, life begins to respond. New ideas appear, new doors open, new possibilities emerge, not by force, but by alignment. Take one more slow breath and gently affirm within yourself, life responds to the clarity of my thinking. I choose thoughts that support my highest good. Allow that truth to settle in. And when you're ready, slowly bring your awareness back to this room, gently opening your eyes. So tonight we remember something simple and powerful. Life is not random, it is responsive. The universe is always listening to the quiet patterns of our thinking, not judging them, not resisting them, but faithfully bringing them into form. And that means something beautiful for each of us. Take these ideas and allow them to become the very pattern of your life. Life responds to my thinking. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy and my pronouns are she, her. Before we move toward closing tonight, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something important. Universal Joy Center exists because people believe in creating spaces like this. Places where we can grow, places where we can reflect and support one another on our spiritual path. Everything we offer here is sustained through love offerings and the generosity of this community. If tonight's gathering supported you, if something you heard sparked insight, comfort, or encouragement, we simply invite you to participate in the flow of giving in whatever way feels right for you. Your contributions help us continue offering gatherings, workshops, and programs that nurture spiritual growth for many people. And if Universal Joy Center feels like a spiritual home for you, you might also consider Joy Partnership, our monthly giving program that helps sustain the center in a steady and joyful way. However you choose to give, please know that your generosity truly makes a difference. Thank you for being part of this beautiful community. Now, if you can please repeat after me. Divine life, the source of all abundance. We recognize that all good flows from the infinite generosity of spirit. We bless these gifts given today. May they be used wisely, lovingly, and creatively to support awakening, healing, and connection. And may each giver feel the joy of knowing that in giving, they participate in the endless circulation of good. And so it is. The ways you can give is you can do an e-transfer and send it to admin at ujoyc.ca, or you can go to the website ujoyc.ca and click on donate. You can even mail a check to Universal Joy Center, 28. And now for a couple of announcements. We have many opportunities for you to join us. We have a new class that has just started, Prosperity Within. It's an 8-week class. It began yesterday, March 17th, and there's still time to register. All classes, events, and general information can be found on our website at ujoyc.ca. Plus, the link to our Wednesday gathering is right there on the homepage. And for those of you watching through Facebook or YouTube, please join us for questions and ahas on Zoom. The link is in the chat. And now Barbara will do a closing treatment.
Thank you, Kathy. Let us join together in consciousness. There truly is but one power in the universe, infinite, creative, intelligent. Omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence, it is the very life and breath of all that is. And as I relax into this moment, I know that the gifts given this evening are a blessing. What was given from the Universal Joy Center, what is given to the Universal Joy Center, all of this is a blessing and makes a difference in the lives of each one of us. And as a result, the lives collectively. With this in mind, I know today and every day that we're blessed, that we live in a remarkable universe, and each one of us is a remarkable gift given into life at this time. So I celebrate the existence of each of us, the brilliance that we share, the remarkable gifts that we bring, and the beauty that is ours, that we possess. So in gratitude, in grace, and filled with love and light, I release these ideas into the law of mind. It is done, all is well, and together we say, and so it is.